Hello, everyone. It's me, your host, Patrick Divine, there for you once again, speaking to young people. And in today's episode of the Young Podcast, I'm going to speak on the importance of communities. Now, if you are in your early 20s or even in your 30s, and within the age of maybe 18 and then 19 and 20, one of the things you should know is that it is very key that you consider the community you find yourself in. There is a popular verse which says, "Bad company corrupts good manners." As young people, one of the things we must prioritize is the kind of community we find ourselves in. Now, if you study the history of most successful people and then how they've been able to make it to the level that they've gotten to, that today we all refer to them as successful people, you will realize that they all have a certain kind of community or space they find themselves in. You will not find somebody who is successful and unhealthy in just any kind of community. They have a group of people they move with. And these people that they move with are people that have the same mindset and the same level of knowledge that probably they've been able to attain to. At some point, they welcome and then they invite some people who might be very young, but the reason why sometimes they welcome them is because they want them, or they believe that they will be able to go to the stage where they have also gotten to. So they see that potential in you as a young person, therefore granting you the access for you to come into their circle, for you to improve upon yourself. There was a time I found myself in the company of a friend. Now, in this case, I had no option or no choice to decide the person that I wanted to be around me. So it was a selection that was made. So you met this person and then you have to hang around this person. So this was somebody that I didn't really know. And then I just had to accept because we were matched and then we were supposed to be in the same space. So in the course of the day, he would do what he likes, speak, say the things he wants to say, listen to the things he wants to listen to. And because we were in the same space, if he's playing music, watching movies, and all those kind of things, you realize that, of course, it echoes in the whole room. And then I have to bear. And because I'm the simple type who doesn't really like to disrupt into people's stuff, I just leave him and then he does all those things. Now, when we finally left to our various homes, I realized that some of the things that I used to listen to while we were together began to I began to generate or develop that kind of interest in some of those things, of which, of course, I'm a Christian, and that is key. But listening to some of those things wasn't right. So what I had to do was to advise myself. I'm the kind of person who usually likes to sit back and then analyze all the activities that probably I engaged in the previous day. So I had to sit back and then ask myself, all right, so the reason why I've started to develop some of the interest in these things is because of my company with this particular guy that I accepted and then I started calling him a friend. I was listening to one popular young American named Luke Belma, who speaks up and he said something. He has a company of people that he even has to pay for him to be in the company of those people. Now, from the beginning, he wasn't or he hadn't attained to the level of those people. To be clear, he had to pay his subscription or his way into a group of millionaires. And then as time evolved, he also ended up becoming a millionaire because he had developed his mindset through his interactions and then his communications with some of these people. So you see some of the importance and the relevance of being in the space or in the right space or in the right community of people. There are so many communities out there that are inviting young people to come on board and then, be part of. But there is one that I would recommend named Phonesis. I think it is on all social media platforms. From Phonesis, you get companies or businesses like Tender Glow and many of them. All these businesses that are, or a business like Tender Glow actually evolved or is part of Phonesis. And once you come into the Phonesis community, there are several other businesses or people who have their own businesses that are actually in it. So you see, as we are all in that community, we all keep growing, we all keep sharing ideas, and then we are developing the same mindset or the same skill for us to be able to grow. That is one of the importance of being in the right community. You get to grow, you are exposed to the right people, and then also you get the right information that you need for you to be able to develop yourself as a person.